Hey everybody, this is Jason Creel. You're watching The Lawn Care Life. Today I'm going after crabgrass and I want to see how fast I can kill crabgrass in a Bermuda lawn. I'm going to show you crabgrass if you don't know what it looks like. I'm going to show you the product I'm using. I'm going to tell you the exact rate I'm mixing the product at, and then we're going to spray it and we're going to see how fast it will die. So let's get started right now. Alright, here's a Bermuda lawn in August, mature crabgrass. The tracks is from a golf cart driving through the yard here. But this is what it's looking like right now. And I want to show you some mature crabgrass. And I think we can call that mature. Like I said, we're in August. It's fully grown. I'm not saying it's at the end of its life cycle, but it's definitely mature. And we got two big patches right here. And I think that's good. They're about the same size. I'm going to spray one and not spray the other one. I'm going to put a flag by them so I can find them. And we're going to just see how fast it dies. But I want to talk to you about the product I'm using and talk to you about, how to mix it up, and so that you'll know exactly what I'm doing in case you want to do it at your house or something similar. Alright, so here's the product. It's called Solitaire. Now this is not necessarily an inexpensive product. You can see the active ingredients here: sulfentrazone and quinclorac. Sulfentrazone is the active ingredient in a product we call called Dismiss, and you're going to use it a lot of times like for people use it for like yellow nut sedge or kalingas, things like that. And quinclorac is what is typically in products that it's one of the best active ingredients as far as a post-emergent for crabgrass, and that's what the quinclorac's going to probably be doing most of the work on the crabgrass for this application. But Solitaire is a great product as a post-emergent for crabgrass. Now, it is worth saying on your crabgrass in a situation like this, definitely the cheapest way, or much cheaper way and even better way, is to try to put a pre-emergent out before the crabgrass germinates. I'm in Alabama, so we do that January or February using a prodiamine application. And by doing that, you're going to prevent most of the crabgrass from ever being seen in the lawn. So that is definitely the way to go if you do that. But even doing that, sometimes you have a little breakthrough and you need to go in there and spot treat a little bit to get rid of crabgrass, and that's what we're doing right now. Midsummer, full strength. Now, let me say this. I've got this mixed up. Let me just tell you what rate I'm using. So you see it comes with a little measuring cap. And the high rate there is on the bottom line, 0.73 ounces per 1,000 square feet or per gallon of water if you're mixing up. So if you're mixing up like a little 2-gallon handheld sprayer, in this situation, I've got a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. You want to put 0.73 per gallon of water. At least that's the high rate, and that's what I've got it mixed up at. You see that 1.44 ounces, so that would be the high rate for 2 gallons of water. So if I was going to mix it up and fill this 2-gallon sprayer up, I'd put 1.44 ounces. Now there's some differing opinions. Some people say that Solitaire is not very effective unless you use methylated seed oil. You might see that abbreviated MSO. I'm not using that today. I'm using a non-ionic surfactant as shown in the picture right now. Would it work better with the methylated seed oil? Possibly, but I think it's going to work fine with this. So we will test that out as we spray and see how well it works. So I've already got it mixed up in my sprayer with the surfactant. The surfactant is going to help it stick to the plant to be more effective. Now, label for Solitaire, it's labeled for Bermuda grass, zoysia grass, even centipede grass. I will say, in my experience, when I've sprayed it on centipede, I've definitely had some turf damage. Okay, so you want to be careful. If you mix it at the high rate, maybe spray a little lightly. Bermuda grass is going to be fairly tolerant of it, so I'm not as concerned. Again, going at a high rate, mature crabgrass. If you're real late in the summer, let's say, like me in Alabama, if it was September, I just say let's just let it go. I mean, the cool weather is going to get that crabgrass soon, and we'll try to put a pre-emergent out next year to get it. So let's get started spraying, and we will check back on the results to see how well it works. All right, so I've got my PPE on, got rubber gloves, rubber boots, a long sleeve shirt, and I'm going to spray the one patch of crabgrass And now listen, if you do this and it's super hot weather, you're more likely to get burned on the yard. I'm out here early in the morning, it's not so hot. Today is actually not gonna be that hot. Just understand that, and if you spray heavy, you're more likely to burn the turf as well. So we're gonna check on and see what kind of damage we get, as well as how well we control the actual weeds. So let's spray it now. All right, so I sprayed it, you know, a little bit heavy for that, and I want to see if it will die. And then we got the one that we've already got a flag by that has not been sprayed, so we can compare one that's not been sprayed versus the one that has been sprayed. We'll check back on the results. Thanks a lot. Oh, here was to see how fast we can actually kill the crabgrass, and it's been 3 days, and I want to show you what it looks like. First, let's start with the untreated one. Of course, it still looks like normal old crabgrass. And then here's the one that's been sprayed with the Solitaire. So how's that for results? And to be honest with you, I didn't check it yesterday. It may have been dead yesterday. It's definitely dead today, and it's not even close to dead. Now, one of the things we want to look at is how much damage do we do to the turf? Because some people say, oh, you just killed the whole yard. I mean, you know, you killed everything. Well, that's not really true. I mean, you can see this bermuda grass right there. I mean, it does have a little bit of discoloration to the leaf, but it's not dead. I mean, honestly, there would be more green bermuda grass there, but the crabgrass was in the way. If you know anything about bermuda grass, it'll probably fill in this spot fairly quickly. So, I mean, it definitely worked. It definitely worked extremely fast. It did cause some slight damage to the bermuda, but nothing serious. I mean, if we back away, you know, there's very little discoloration to the grass, but yes, there is a little. And I will say that if you use it on other grass types, you're probably going to get more discoloration. But, you know, by looking at just how fast the results were, I could have probably sprayed a little less heavy and still got good results. So, and then also what I learned from this is you don't necessarily have to have methylated seed oil. I did not use methylated seed oil, and 3 days later this crabgrass is dead as a hammer. So good to learn that. Again, this is not the greatest way to kill crabgrass, but this is a way as a post-emergent. I would not recommend doing this on a yard that is full of crabgrass because it's just expensive, and I usually would just do this for like spot treating. You want to get your pre-emergent down before the crabgrass germinates early in the year. But if you do get some breakthrough and you want to kill it, obviously this is a way to kill it and kill it fast. Appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you learned something, and yes, we have a product that works great. You don't have to use Solitaire. Other quinclorac products can work as well, but this was to show you Solitaire really hammered the crabgrass quickly. Talk to you later. There's over 600 videos on the channel. I encourage you to subscribe, click on the channel name, go check out the other videos. And if you're in the lawn care business or thinking about starting one, go to lawncarelife.com. There's a lot of resources available for you there. Talk to you later. Bye.